Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping $ usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20 with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect 650-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $ usual 50/50. Tickets are on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshit on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Flex, the live is one in the section. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Let's bleed this evening. I know it's random. It's 10 o'clock at night. You know, I had a long day. Missed y'all Friday. Took a nap, woke up, still tired. I said, you know what, let me just hop on here. Talk some boxing, random thoughts. Got a new mic, so I don't know how to act. You know, I said, yeah, man, let's deal with this question. You know, everyone likes Tank, and let's talk about this little ape. What if he loses? I mean, just really think about that. This is not just a roast session. What if the little ape loses? What if he loses? Just think about that for a minute. While I do this roll call, the Village Brother, the Sensei, Stormy B-Man, Mr. Shelton, JC, hey, JC. Hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I like it. I like that story, bro. Yes. Oh, yes. That's what's up. Yes. I shared all your stuff, but I shared the hell out of that one. If y'all didn't see JC Story tell us his horror story, y'all you need to go listen to that. Yeah. That's what's up. Salute. Go subscribe to JC Storyteller LLC. Salute, brother. Yes, sir. Armanai, salute. Queen Cameron Field, salute. Freedom's March. Y'all must have forgot. Rod Neal. Chief Wildfire. Tay, good evening. Dredge, what's going on? Make sure I got everybody. Earl, what up, Earl? Let's have a conversation. I don't know how many people are awake. I know there's a lot of boxing today. After I got in, I had to take a nap. I was fighting this cold. And that thing took me out. I'm not really big on like medicine. But Stormy put me onto oregano what is that? Oregano. It's like a vitamin, right? Stormy, what I did was I went to this health store that I already go to, and I asked him, did they have it? He said, we got the pill supplements, and we also got it in liquid form. You could take the drops. So I bought the drops. And I said, well, how much of this do I take? He said, 4 drops for mixing with water. I said, man, I ain't mixing this with nothing. Open it up, got to the car, right? And I got a fresh squeezed apple juice, right? And get it out the same store, right? It's right up the street from LA Fitness, right? Jeff Sparks, salute, Malik. So he says, when he win? Well, we'll talk about that. I took those drops straight to the head. I just dumping it. Boom, boom, boom. I swallowed it. Pause. For all you freaks out there, pause. I put the car in drive. I put it right back in park. Fried my chest. I said, oh my God, I'm about to go to the emergency room. But it went away. And I coughed out the illest loogie. It was incredible. Cleared my head up. Man, that stuff. Get yourself, keep some oregano supplements in your house, or the oil that you can consume. But ladies and gentlemen, mix it with water. Mix it with water. It tastes disgusting, but mix it with water and just down it. It's not for you to taste, just down it. So I'm still dealing with the sniffles a little bit, but I'm okay. Yeah. So that was Friday. So let's have a conversation. What if Tank loses? Malik K says, when he win? Okay, well, when he win, I'm glad you mentioned that. Because when he win, he's giving y'all Jake Paul. That's why I have him in the back over there. That was my next question. Are y'all cool with that? Because I'm not. Tank is a real boxer. And we spent a lot of time over the last few years saying, man, Jake Paul's getting all this praise. He's not even a real boxer. Remember, we was all saying that, and at first I was like, I don't like this. He flatlined Nate Robinson, man. I love Nate Robinson, man. And salute to him. He got a new kidney. You know, salute to him. And he's fighting washed up MMA fighters. I'm talking about the fat white boy. Jeff Sparks, salute my brother. And what's his name? Black dude he knocked out. I forgot, man. Knocked him out. But these are not he's not fighting anyone ranked. Remember when he fought, and I want to remind y'all something. Salute to Stormy Beeman in that super chat. He says, you're welcome, man. Salute to you, brother. Because I did not know. Now I have it. I swear by that, Stormy. I swear by that. I swear by that now. Malik says, y'all listening to Paul Tank said that? What do you mean? What do you mean? Mark Wonderland, salute. I'll get to it, Malik K. I might even drop a link. I want you to tell me what you know, because I'm going to tell you what I know. Yeah, Isaiah Woodley, that dude. He knocked that brother out. Flatliner, fought him twice. But what I'm saying is, Jake Paul's not a real boxer. We done said that. And I'm going to remind y'all something. Remember when Mauricio Sillyman said that the winner of the Jake Paul Tommy Fury fight is going to get ranked in the WBC. You remember when he said that? Phenomenal Mexican, salute. Remember when he said that? Remember when he said that? And I don't like anything with the Fury's name attached to it. But Tommy Fury could box. Basically, he could box. And I watched that fight hoping that Jake Paul knocked him out. And it didn't happen. And you see in that fight, if Jake Paul fought anybody ranked his size, he's going to get the beats put on him. Period. And Jake Paul was never, well, Tommy Fury wasn't ranked because he's not a full-time fighter. He just does things. Captain, salute. Oh, there go my queen, Messi Michonne. Salute, man. Salute. I'm always watching. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Messi Michonne. She's in the thick of things, for real, Queen. Salute to you, Messi Michonne, live. Salute. Go subscribe to the Queen right there. I appreciate you, Queen. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, Tommy Fury's not ranked. He didn't care. Young Hollywood, salute. And Jake Paul lost to him. And I'm going to point something out. And Malik, I hope you're paying attention, because I can tell you're a Tank fan, but I'm going to keep it honest. This isn't a roast session. I'll do enough of that with Tank. This is a real question. Nobody told Jake Paul to run it back with Tommy Fury. I noticed that, and I don't like anything with the Fury name attached. Yeah, Malik, we talking about the face of boxing. Yeah, we talking about the face of boxing tonight.
He take a knee. You need to lose like 10-8.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Now, Malik, I promise you, you don't want to turn this show into a roast session. I already told y'all, I'm not trying to roast Tank tonight. I'm asking a question. All right? Don't do this. I'm not feeling well, but you don't want to turn this into a roast session. I'm locked and loaded on this kid, on this little ape right here. All right? You already got a strike. I called ball on one. I'm just asking a question. What if he loses? Because I want to know what's next. What do y'all, you're a fan, right? I want to know what you want to see him do if he loses to Lamont Roach. If it's boxing, he could go in there and knock Lamont Roach out in one round next fight. He could. I don't think that's going to happen, but he could. But I'm asking, what? Hey, so Malik, did you call to get information or just to hear what I got to say, or do you want to pick a fight? Let me know what you want to do before I go any further. Let me know what you want to do. Because you're on defense right now. You're on defense. Joe, what up, Joe? Snoop, what up? Seen it unseen. Michael Ray, you're on defense right now, and I get it. Because you're nervous. I get it. But I'm asking a real question. All right, you say you want to play ball. All right, so I'm asking a question. Because I'm talking boxing. And what Tank was giving you and what Tank was giving the sport of boxing was bullshit. Let me ask you, Malik, are you looking forward to a Jake Paul fight, man? Honestly, that's a real question, man. I'm not bullshitting this tonight. I'm not feeling well. Were you looking forward to a Jake Paul match? I said, I can't believe this kid, man. That is disrespectful. You looking forward to that? This is what is being brought to us. We minding our own business. All right, we just want the best to fight the best. Shout out to my brother BFTV. Tat, what up, Tat? What do you want? After the Lamont Roach draw, I'm not clowning this evening. They called it a draw. I didn't call it a draw. But they called it a draw. So whatever. He got on the podium and said, yeah, the guy I was going to fight next was in the locker room. I said, Shakur was back there, right? I was saying Shakur. I said, okay, he was going to fight Shakur. He's going to fight. Everyone was like, no, it was Jake Paul. And then it dawned on me, yeah, Jake was there. I said, come on, no. I was saying no. I said, no, Tank wasn't going to do that. Come to find out he was. As a supporter of the sport, you know, like how Stormy B-Man says, watch the sport, watch the sport, watch the sport. As a supporter of the sport, y'all were cool with Tank Davis fighting Jake Paul, and Jake Paul would have to come down to 195? Please tell me, Trey, what up? Please tell me that you're not cool with that, man. Y'all don't see anything wrong with that? That's a problem, man. That is a problem. Jay Cool, what up? Where you been? That's a problem. Adam, salute. And thank y'all for joining me this evening. This is a problem. I mean, for real, this is a problem. I don't like this. I mean, I'm not talking about the Lamont Roach fight because I picked Tank to get Lamont out of there in 5 or 6 rounds. I wasn't cool with that because we didn't call for that. And then y'all start talking about, oh, well, that's his friend. I'm like, all right, man. Well, fight him on the way out. Hell, just give him some money. Nobody called for the Lamont Roach fight either. Seriously. Not even a Tank fan called for that Lamont Roach fight. Y'all were not, Lamont Roach was not on your damn radar. Please stop, man. Detroit, salute. Lamont Roach was not on your radar. He wasn't on mine. And he wasn't on no Tank fans' radar, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. But now he's in a situation where it's like, oh, damn, we ain't know it was going to be tight like this. We ain't know it was going to be tight. But now he in the thick of things. And if he beats Roach, I'm asking, are y'all cool with him fighting Jake Paul at 195? And I need you to tell me why. What is this? Jake Paul is Super Saiyan Butterbean. And he don't need to be in the ring with quote-unquote real boxers by the way of what we as a collective said about him even getting into the sport. Now I have no choice but to respect his hustle because the industry made him what he was. Jake Paul is a direct result of boxing not doing what it's supposed to do. Just like y'all complaining about Turkey Al-Sheikh. Turkey Al-Sheikh wouldn't have had no room to breathe if the best fought the best any goddamn way. Y'all don't understand that. Oh, y'all just ignorant. All of this mess is because of the behavior of the fanatics. Ghost 85 Max says, I feel all this Tank hate is off code. He comes from the... Somebody block him. I'm not even dealing with that shit tonight. Look at this stupid... This is ridiculous. I don't care. Yo, Ghost, listen to me very carefully. And I'm looking at your pick. If that's really you, you're a mockery. You're a mockery. This is ridiculous. I don't come from the trenches. I don't come from a ghetto. My family didn't have the most money in the world, but we weren't poor. I come from a 2-parent household. Middle class. Both my parents, who are alive and well today, they worked. They did 20, 25 years working in the system. They retired. They're fine. I don't come from the trenches. I don't celebrate that. When is that going to stop being our story? If that's your story, fine. And you identify with all this monkey business. Not one time, Ghost, are you going to hold Tank accountable for the monkey business that he partakes in? You're talking about Tank hate. It's not hate, it's holding him accountable. Now, you see, I don't want to turn the show into this. I'm asking a question. I'm talking to the boxing fan, and here comes this nigga talking about trenches. I'm not from the trenches. I didn't grow up with roaches in the goddamn cornflake box. I didn't grow up like that. Now I'm telling you that, you're going to tell me that I had a silver spoon in my mouth. No. My parents kept a clean house. I went to school every day. I speak proper English. I don't have a criminal record. And guess what? Tank has a criminal record, but he waited till he touched $1 million before he got it. Now, what sense does that make? Coming from the trenches? Those are the trenches you identify with? No, sir. Y'all celebrate the wrong shit, and that's the problem with our community. I went to the presser, and I watched Edgar Berlanga on that stage, and he made it fun. He did. But you know what I noticed? Shiraz, his next opponent, shout out to the UK, he shows up to the press conference in a suit. In a suit. And I said, man, you know what? What happened to those days? Either you show up in a tracksuit with your emblem on it, or you show up in a suit. What happened to those days? I'm sick and tired of y'all brothers walking around like y'all dressed in the hood all day fucking long. Get your head out your ass. Stop talking about the trenches. There's nothing to celebrate. That's the problem with our community. You celebrate ignorance. Ridiculous. And I'm not dealing with you tonight, man. Get out of here. From the trenches. Fuck out of here. That's stupid. Oh, Joe, you know what? I slept through that fight. You got to check Stormy's post-fight, brother. You got to check Stormy's post-fight. Eight Count says, I want to see Tank fight Jake in an exhibition fight just to see his haters cry about it. Well, I'm a supporter of the sport. Tank Davis is a real boxer. I'd rather him not fight Jake Paul. I'd rather not see him fight Jake Paul. This is not even no shade to Jake Paul. It's no shade to Jake. I'm not hating on Jake. I'm really not. He slid in because boxing is in such disarray because guys like Tank aren't fighting their contemporaries. Call it what it is, man. It's disgusting. I need y'all to listen to what I'm about to say. Von D, salute. I need you to listen to what I'm about to say. Tank Davis is a real boxer. Pound for pound, he's too good to even be in the ring with Jake Paul. Did you hear what I just said? There's too much work at 135 because that's where he's choosing to stay. There's too much real work there. There's too much work there that can put him into the Hall of Fame for him to be even walking around dealing with Jake Paul. Did y'all hear what I said? Oh, wow, Drew, did you just give Tank a compliment? Yeah, I did. Y'all put the hater coat on me. That's why I clown y'all stupid asses. This wasn't Tank hate. It was never Tank hate. It was concern. You think I want to see this kid fail? Are y'all listening? You think I want to see him fail? No. You think I want to see him die? No. That's y'all with that Devin Haney shit. Full. What the fuck? Somebody block this fool. Jesus Christ. You go on like line late and the freaks come out. Copper, what up? When Tank's baby mama tried to get him executed by those white police officers, who rallied against that nonsense? I know where to draw the line. So when Tank fans get on here and start talking about the trenches, I don't identify with none of that shit. I'm a grown-ass man. If you my age, man, if you are a true supporter of the sport, yeah, of course. If you are a true supporter of the sport, you call for what's created. I mean, you call for what's correct. You call for what's correct. Tank Davis shouldn't be anywhere in the ring with Jake Paul because Jake Paul doesn't deserve to be in the ring with Tank Davis because Tank Davis is a real fighter. Yeah, you a Haney fanboy too. Goodbye. Now, if y'all got time for the bullshit today or tonight, whatever it is, wherever you are in this world, y'all could bring it. Y'all could bring it. Hold on. Had to sneeze. Anyway, EJ, salute. Chief Wildfire, salute. Yeah, word. That was strap-on season. These dudes is just homo. And like I said, now listen. The show pretty much just started. Am I degrading Tank? Or am I talking him up? Am I degrading him or talking him up? Let me know. Am I degrading Tank or am I talking him up? Am I actually paying him a compliment? Salute to EJ and that Cash App, much love. Says thanks for Miguel selling out. Monkey rewards. Here's mine.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Since the homos out here tonight.
Bukaki.
I'm talking down on Tank this evening? Nope. Not. I'm just asking a question. Jake Paul doesn't deserve to be in the ring with Tank Davis. Tank fans, there's one dude in here just talking about, I just want to see him doing an exhibition just to make the haters mad. You ain't gonna make me mad. I'm laughing at that shit. You know why I'm laughing? Because my next question is basically, are y'all cool with it? Apparently there's one person in here that's cool with it. So were you one of those people in 2023 and 2024 talking about Devin was too big? Devin walk around at 200 pounds and all this other stuff. Was you one of those guys? You had to be, because whatever certain channels say, y'all rock with it. No doubt, Joe. Whatever y'all say, y'all rock with it. Y'all remember when Devin was too big? Y'all remember when Marco asked Coach Cal, he said, are y'all interested in the Devin fight? And Coach Cal said, yeah, at what weight though? You remember that? Well, did they say the same thing to Jake Paul? Jake Paul said 195. That's even low. Jake Paul is basically like my size. I'm 6'2", he's what, 6'1", 6 feet, 6'1", and he walks around when his fighting weight is 220. Stephen X, salute. He's gonna come all the way down to 195 to fight Tank. That's still heavier than Tank. He legitimately outweighs Tank by 100 pounds. Y'all couldn't fight Devin at 140? Wait a minute, never mind that. Devin was at 135 and y'all was still complaining. Y'all remember that? So why the hell do you want him in the ring with Jake Paul? Why? Because Jake's not a real fighter? It's a win for you? Is it a win for you as a supporter of the sport? You want to see him fight Jake Paul? What's going to happen? I want you to understand something. Jake ain't going to take it easy. Jake ain't going to take it easy on Tank. It might start out like easy. Once you get into the later rounds, Jake is like dead ass going to try and like knock Tank out, bro. He's going to try and like knock Tank out. Why are you fighting a 6'2" or 6'1", 195-pound man? Why are you doing that? For other than money? And then when you ask, yo, what's going on with that? I'm from the trenches. The trenches. I mean, come on, man. What? Yeah, Copper, man. No, look, that whole camp, it's filled with contradictions and lies and pretty much BS. The whole camp. When asked about Shakur, he said, why would we want that fight? He's not going to stand there and let us do what we do. That's what he said, man. That's what he said. Coach Cal said that. I'm like, oh my God, why'd you say that, man? So here comes Ghost 85. Steve L, salute. It's talking down on a black man nonstop. Monkey business. I think so. Look in the mirror. Red Pill Poppy. Okay. So let's do it. Now, don't block him. Do not block him. Ghost. Explain that. Explain that. All right? I'm trying not to do this. But it seems like you want smoke. So I'm your Huckleberry right now. I'm going to give you the attention that you want. What the fuck was that? I'm talking to Ghost. Ghost. Yeah, you. You with the face. Super thug. From the trenches. Why is your man friends with Ryan Garcia? I'll wait on you. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. Starting right now. It don't take that long to type. I'll give you 60 seconds. All right? You see, all you got to do is mention Tank. I just told you the question, man. Don't play with me. Why is your man cool with Ryan Garcia, bro? And see, y'all, I wasn't even on this tonight. I wasn't even on this type of time. I'm not even on that. You see how he brought me here? You see what I'm saying? Why is your man cool with Ryan Garcia? I wait. Everything I do here is for a reason. Everything I do is for a reason. It's not blind. You tell me why is he cool with Ryan Garcia. And then tell me why you cool with that. I wait. You see this stupid shit right here? You see this stupid shit? You see that? Slinging mud at black men for profit. Tank does that every day. He hasn't done it since Lamont Roach went upside his funky head. He hasn't done it since then. He hasn't done it since then. Sling mud? Wait a minute. Tank don't sling mud. Wait. Let me play this for you one more fucking time. I'm gonna stop right there. And black women too. Yeah, great. I'm glad you said that. Tank Davis put a chick in the $1 Million Dream and snatched her out of a basketball game. You know what happened after that? Every black boxing channel had to do damage control for his monkey ass. Because people ran to our channels. They ran to our channels. What are you going to say about this? Nothing. Nah, Ghost, I'm talking about you, you ignorant nigger. You're an ignorant nigger. You're an ignorant nigger. That's what you are. How does that feel? How old are you? Before I go any further, how old are you that you got a picture like this? Is that a do-rag slanted to the side? Ghost 85. That's the year you was born? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Tank fans. This right here. Grown-ass man talking about the trenches, and now he wants to question my integrity? Now look, y'all, I'm on here actually paying Tank a credit. You're 30 years old. You don't qualify. I'm literally 2 decades older than you. You haven't lived life enough. You talking about the trenches. Is your father in your life? Let's do that. What kind of person your father is? Is he one of those jail niggas? Do you know your dad? Let's start there. Do you know your father? I need to know who I'm talking to before I go back and forth with him, because you just started out ignorant. You have a love affair. You have a love attraction with for Mellow Yellow with the tattoos or whatever. Now, I'm not letting you up here, nigga. I'm talking about something here. I asked the question, what if Tank loses, and you attacking me personally? Do you know your father? Do you know your father? What kind of man is your dad? You're not gonna hijack my show. I have an agenda here. I want to get to a point. I'm trying to talk boxing. And you coming on here attacking me personally. I can justify everything I do. You're not allowed on my goddamn panel. For what? You know your dad? Do you or your dad have a criminal record? Be honest. Do you or your dad have a criminal record? Be honest. These are Tank fans, ladies and gentlemen. I just said that Jake Paul doesn't deserve to be in the ring with Tank Davis because Tank Davis is a real boxer, and I cannot believe that a nigga comes up here and picks this fight with me. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Tank losing to Lamont Roach in the rematch, is that for the greater good? I don't want Tank in the fight with Jake Paul. He beats Lamont Roach. He takes a Jake Paul fight. Jake Paul's going to try and take his head off, and he could probably do it. He could probably do it. How the fuck y'all going to look if Jake Paul goes in there and knocks out Tank Davis? And they'll give him full credit for it. White guy. They'll give him full credit for it. White guy. They'll give him full credit for it. White guy. Ghost, do you or your dad have a criminal record? Now, I'm on here trying to talk boxing. I'm trying to talk boxing. Tank put himself in a very awkward position. I don't like it because it's not good for what? Boxing. Because I watch the sport. I don't want to see Tank Davis get beat up by Jake fucking Paul. That's ridiculous. That puts Jake Paul on a pedestal. Do I have animosity towards black women? I just said Tank Davis put a chick in the Cobra clutch and yanked her out of a basketball game. What are you talking about? Are you a woman? Are you a homosexual, dude? Are you a homosexual? Be honest, dude. You one of those homo thugs from Baltimore? You from Baltimore? Are you from Baltimore? First of all, are you gay? Be honest, dude. This is what you wanted to do, man. I'm trying to talk boxing this evening. And you in here asking me about fucking, do I have a problem with black women? How did we get there? Messi Michonne was just in here. Salute to my queen, Messi Michonne. Go subscribe to Messi Michonne. She's a black woman. She was just in here with a super chat. Thank you, Karma. There you go, Ghost. There you go, Ghost. You're in here snapping and popping your neck. You a homo thug, man? What, man? You want me to turn my camera on or some shit? Huh? You want me to turn my camera on? Just tell me, man. Just tell me. You want me to turn my camera on? Hold on. I'll turn it on for you. I'll turn it on for you. You all right? You happy now? You see? I just did I did 102 push-ups before I clicked live. You all right? You good now? You see my new mic? You see my new mic? You good, homie? You all right? You get it off now? You all right? You all right? You good now? You good? You from New York too, by the way? Wait. What? East Village? East Village? You all right? You happy now? Y'all don't want to see me. Y'all want to see the meme work that I do. Can I turn the camera off now? God damn. I'm in here talking boxing. I'm actually talking up Tank. And I'm asking the dangers. What happens if he loses? And you in here, don't be talking about my boo-boo. You're so stupid. You don't even know that I'm talking him up this conversation. But you're 30. You're 30. And you don't know any better. Look, son. Look, young man, allegedly. Sit back, enjoy the show, and just keep snapping your fingers, man. Shooters, everybody give him 86 grand. And then when y'all done, Mr. Shelton, you block him. Where's Dikembe?
Not today.
I'm gonna go on and cut the camera off now. You got it off? You happy now? Jesus. Don't nobody want to see me. I put work into this meme. I pay money to be creative. Fuck out of here. Anyway, he's from the trenches. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a Tank fan at his finest. He's from New York, probably the East Village. He said he's from Southside Jamaica, Queens. He would be from Queens because he's a queen. He's a queen. Fuck out of here, dude. You're done. You're done. Nigga trying to say, oh, you got a problem with women? No, I love women. And you love men. This nigga got a slanted dude rag on. In the picture, blurry as fuck. I'm on your channel right now. You just made your channel what? Just made your channel when? May 22nd of last year. Get the fuck out of here and go homo thug on another street corner, man. Get out of here, bro. We don't claim you over here. Southside Jamaica, Queens. Ain't that where Fredro Starr and Sticky Fingers is from? They don't claim you. They don't claim you. Homo thug. Get out of here. I'm talking boxing here. You're incapable. You're incapable. Salute to Eric Jordan, that Cash App. What my brother say? He said Ghost is 100 mad that Miguel don't give him no bukkake. Oh, of course. Speaking of Onyx.
Miguel! Miguel!
Bukkake.
Right in the face. Now, you see how he tried to move the goalposts? Oh, you got a problem with women? You got a problem with women? No, you have a problem with women. That's why you sleep with men, dude. You got a problem with women. Y-E-W, you. Now, I'm going to get back to the show.
Monkey!
First, I got a problem with Tank. Then I got a problem with women. You don't know boxing. Then he wants to drop a link to take the conversation all around the world. Because here I am again telling truth about boxing. And this kid don't know shit but Tank with a slanted white do-rag in a fuzzy picture. Let's get back to the topic. Question, what if Tank loses? What if? I didn't say when he loses. I said, what if? Can Ghost have a conversation about boxing?
No.
I didn't think so. Remember what I said, ladies and gentlemen. People have to qualify to talk boxing with you. that funky nigga didn't qualify. I'm talking boxing. He started talking about everything else and then personal attacks and then wants me to drop a link to try and question my integrity, all in defense of what? A guy that he's sexually attracted to with long hair, slanted eyes, and tattoos. That's what he is, because he can't talk boxing. He can't talk boxing. He can't. Prince Savage, salute. Oh, man, salute to you, man. Salute to the seeds. Thank you. See, Prince Savage, that's a real man right there. He says, my kids graduated this week. I'm not even second or third hand, man. Your family comes first. And salute to the kings and queens that you're raising, because that's what men do. And this is why I don't deal with Tank fans. They're ridiculous. You saw that? That's what that is, in abundance. Derek Gaines, the legend, salute. That's an abundance. That's homo activity. Now, back to the topic at hand, because I know he's listening, because he ain't got nothing else to listen. I appreciate y'all being here, but he's 30 years old and it's Saturday night. You can't tell me that he's from South Suicide, Queens. It's a nice night out, right? And a 30-year-old man, listen, I know in New York City there could be 1,000 other things he could be doing. That doesn't include me, but he saw Tank's picture. And mind you, he was on Pep Talk. He wasn't on Drew Titan LLC. And he probably went through my catalog and started talking. He saw some lives where me and Dr. Mark was talking about black women, and we talked about a lot of black men too. And now he's talking about, oh, you got a problem with black women? How did we get all the way there when I'm talking about Tank? But see, this is why I dual stream. Yeah, nice try. Nice try. People said, oh, you got a problem with women? No. You got a problem with white people? No. You got a problem with black people? Yo, listen, I got a problem with people, period. When they behave stupid. Ghost. So go find your father, give him a hug. Wait, hold on, let me stop that. Your behavior, either your father didn't hug you enough or he hugged you a little too much. Good Lord.
Whoa! What a go!
Yep. Told you I didn't want to make this a roast session. So can I get back to this and the problem I see with this? I didn't say when Tank loses. I said, what if he loses? What does it mean? If Tank Davis loses to Lamont Roach, it's just boxing to me. What does he do next? Because I don't know if Jake Paul's going to want to fight him if he loses to Lamont Roach. Is losing to Lamont Roach in his best interest? Is it in the best interest of boxing? That's what I want to know. Is it in the best interest of boxing? That's what I want to know. Let me be very clear. I don't want no real boxer in the ring with Jake Paul, man. Jake Paul has a position. He's a glorified... Jake Paul's timing in this sport of boxing is perfect. That's why I'm not hating on him. But you know what the worst thing in the world would be? For Jake Paul to beat a real fighter like Tank Davis, like a Canelo Alvarez. I don't want to see Jake Paul in the ring with any real fighter. I didn't like when Logan Paul got in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. I'm like, Lord, why is he doing this? All he needs to do is hit Floyd one good time in the temple and beat him, and then I got to hear it. Because I stick up for the sport of boxing. What was the general opinion about Mike Tyson, 60 plus years old, getting in the ring with Jake Paul? We didn't want to see that. We was like, oh boy, here come another sacrifice. We didn't like it, but it happened. You think Jake Paul's going to take it easy on Tank Davis? He's the bigger man. Hey, Tank fans, there's weight classes for a reason. Y'all told us that. Remember, y'all told us Devin was too big. Y'all rolled with that all of 2023 and some of 2024. And we were like, wait a minute, you just knocked out Mario Barrios at 140. Oh, well, Devin comes in at 160. No, he does not. What are you talking about? I just heard a Tank fan say on BFTV's panel, yo, man, I want to see him fight the Japanese kid. Didn't even know his name. Annoying in the way. That's what I call him. Annoying in the way. So let me get this straight. Annoying in the way fights at 126. You want to see Tank at 135? Fight Annoying in the way? That's all right. That's all right for y'all. But you don't want to see him fight Devin at 135, 140. And matter of fact, remember when I said there was a whole lot of belts moving around and Tank didn't intervene with any of it and none of his fans cared? Ryan Garcia had no belt. Y'all talking about his money that he made. I don't know how money impacts a pound for pound list. I don't know. But these are Tank's fans. Oh, no, but we understand why he did it. No, well, I don't agree with it. Tank had all the potential to prove that he was great when everybody was at 135, especially Devin was there to get, because Devin was draining himself at 135. Same thing I said to Shakur. I said, man, that's when you get Devin. Didn't he rub his hands together? He's gonna be drained. Remember that? And I said, shit, he's right. I don't like that fight for Devin at 135, but Devin's gonna do what he's gonna do. And Shakur said no. Remember that? Said Matt, Kawhi Elliott, salute. Spiritually Body, salute. Hassan, what up? Brother Reef in the building. He's gonna be drained. I said, shit, he's right. All of these guys at 135 has a chance to get Devin because he drains himself. But Devin's been the most professional one at 135. How many times he's missed weight? 9 likes? Y'all better smash my fucking like button before I just shut this shit off and go to bed. Told you I ain't feeling well. Yeah, I know Adrian. I know what he did. I know what that dude did. He's another closet homo who has love for this dude. He's the dude that wrote that love letter. And everybody that's co-signed Ego writing that love letter, all of y'all, prove my point. Y'all a bunch of pillow biters. Absolutely. Shower, salute, Queen. Appreciate you. Amazing. Let me go back to this clown for Waffle, salute. He said, do I have a problem with black women? Messi Michonne was just in my chat. Have you seen the shit that she said about women? Modern women? It doesn't sound any different from what I've said, from what Kevin Samuels has said, from what Jason Black has said, from what anybody has said. Mediocre Tutorials said the same shit because we've lived it. And I had a 30-year-old grown adolescent trying to hijack my show to ask me, what do I have a problem with black women for? And he's on there with a blurry picture with his black ass face in there with a white do-rag slanted. 30 years old, and I'm supposed to take him serious. And I'm on here talking about boxing. I'm supposed to take him serious. That's what he did. He was on Pep Talk, and he went to my catalog. And then he wants me to drop a link. What he was trying to do, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand, y'all. What he was trying to do is come up. But you see, let this be a lesson to you. When you have a topic, stay on topic. Stay on topic. You don't have to talk about what other people are talking about. Talk about what you're talking about. The question tonight is, what if Tank loses? And not only is he gay for Tank, but then he tried to hijack it and bring me elsewhere. No, we're talking about this. Now, people could read, but comprehension is a skill that most people don't have. It's actually a lost art. I'm not disrespecting Tank at all. There's actually a concern because Tank, he's not the face of boxing, but does he not represent boxing? Let me tell you what boxing is today. Being that the casuals and the mindless outweigh real supporters like myself, like y'all in the chat, like Shawa, like Stormy, you know, all of you guys, like us in the chat. We're not in abundance like we used to be. In the 90s, in the 80s, in the 70s, used to be able to have casual conversations. You could be a Hagler supporter, but you understood that, yo, man, if Tommy gets Hagler in these late rounds, Tommy got a chance, man. And the Hearns fans was like, yo, man, Hagler got to get Tommy early, because if Tommy gets late, man, and Hagler went in there and did his thing. But you saw what could have happened. If Tommy didn't get into a gunfight and boxed, that fight was going to get stopped off of that cut. And Hagler went to war. And Tommy went to war, he didn't need to. But we was able to have those conversations and celebrate that, though the best fought the best. We actually had to do research to justify those barbershop conversations. Those conversations in the park, the conversations every Sunday. You know, black families, we used to get with our families, and the women be in the kitchen cooking, growing with soul, salute, and doing each other's hair. And the man would be in the living room. You know, some of my uncles smoked cigarettes, not the weed. I don't know how we survived the 70s and 80s, because, man, my Aunt Arlene smoked, my Uncle Max smoked. And you hung with your cousins playing the Atari. That's where I go. It was family time. The women ran the household, if y'all don't know. Sure will, salute. They be in the kitchen, they making noise, braiding each other's hair, and in one part of the room, and then they cooking, and, oh, shut up, y'all too loud. My dad and my uncles be like, all right, damn. And they're screaming too, shit. Grandma sitting back there telling everyone, shut the fuck up. If they hear one thing break upstairs, they run upstairs. What y'all kids doing? Yeah. It's called socializing. It was no social media. It was called socializing. You see, a 30-year-old grown adolescent doesn't know anything about that. You understand? You had that 2-ton oak dining room table at your grandparents' house. You couldn't move that shit. You ever banged your toe on that? Oh my God. That thing was a weapon that didn't move. It was a tank. What does a 30-year-old kid know about that? Nothing. Come on here on a Tank Davis. Now listen to this, y'all. Came in here on a Tank Davis video asking me, do I have a problem with black women? Think about that for a second. Context. He came on a video where I'm talking about Tank Davis asking me, do I have a problem with black women? Think about that for a second. I want you to think about that. Think about what I just said. Is it registering? I'm gonna say it one more time. He came on to a Tank Davis video asking me what's my problem with black women. Is it registering? And I was talking the man up. I'm not dragging Tank Davis tonight. I'm talking about the dangers and what a loss means to the sport of boxing, and how does it affect him moving forward if he loses to Lamont Roach. Think about that. And a Tank Davis fanatic asked me what's my problem with black women. Are you calling Tank a bitch?
What?
Did anyone ask Tank Davis what is his problem with black women when he allegedly beat up his fucking baby mama that I debunked that he didn't do anything to that woman? Am I right for calling her a bitch? Trying to get the young man killed? Ghost? Check the temperature of the room before you walk in it. And that's the problem with a lot of us black people. That's the problem with the youth, because he's a youth. He's only 30. That's the problem with him. Stupid. Dummy. South side of Queens. You're an outcast. You're on my live, 11 o'clock at night. You're 30 years old. There's not a party. You can go watch some chicks twerk, whatever it is you niggas do nowadays. There's no strip clubs y'all can go to anymore. I know when I was your age, at 30, well, I was working at them. I was doing security for rappers. Anthony, what up? But on Saturday nights, I was not in the crib. I wasn't out in the street getting in trouble either, but I wasn't in the crib. I had to be outside. What's the matter, man? You ain't got no money? There's 24-hour gyms. You can't go do some push-ups, something? The fuck you doing? You on here trying to pick a fight because I'm talking. You're asking me, what is my problem with black women? And I'm trying to talk about Tank Davis. You see what I'm saying, y'all? The jokes literally write themselves. You see what I'm saying? Did y'all pick that up? Did y'all pick that up? One more time. I'm talking about Tank in boxing and what does it mean if he loses. I said I don't want him in the ring with Jake Paul. At all. Why did I have a nigga from Queens at 30 years old with a blurry picture with a slanted do-rag on asking me what my problem is with black women? The two don't match. Exactly, Shawa. Is Tank a black woman? You see what I'm saying, y'all? The jokes write themselves. So once again, you had another Tank fanatic not doing right by him. I didn't do this, y'all. I was actually being serious. This isn't a roast session. I'm trying to explain to y'all that there's danger in the position he's in. And he knows that. That's why he's been so quiet. That's why he wants more bread to fight Lamont Roach. Did y'all know that? Do you know what I heard about this situation? He wanted more money. And when they were saying, hey, man, you know, there might not be no, whatever the conversation was, Tank wasn't answering his goddamn phone, man. That's the word I got from people that know Tank personally. And I said, well, what the fuck? And then it dawned on me. I said, man, you know, this is not a good situation he's in. It's really not. It's really not. And I want y'all to think about this. And I'm talking about the sport of boxing. You see Tank, you see Heavy is the head that wears the crown. You had some dudes come in and say Tank is the face of boxing. Okay, cool. So what happens if the face of boxing loses to Lamont Roach? What happens if he loses? Is Jake Paul interested in him? Now watch this. Jake Paul could still say, hey, fuck it, let's fight anyway. It's still going to do numbers. Tank's dumbass will take that fight. Now, how does Jake Paul look losing to Tank Davis after he lost to Lamont Roach? Y'all do know Jake is going to go in there and try and take his head off. And I don't care what type of time you're on. Jake Paul can fight. He's just a bigger dude. Then what happens if he goes in there and knocks Tank out, start throwing him around the ring and beating the shit out of him? That's Lamont Roach and his Jake Paul. That's how y'all want this dude to go out? Y'all tell me. This is a silly position to put yourself in, man. And this is why casuals don't take the sport seriously. This is why. You don't see people that troll and because Jake Paul is an admitted troll. He said that. Remember, got your hat? Remember that? Stone Floyd's hat? Got your hat. And he said, I'm a troll. Do you see anybody trolling online saying, man, I could go and beat John Jones? And they get in the octagon and have some clown fights and get some success. And they're like, no, I can really compete now. Do you see that? You don't see that. In that octagon, that's a different level of danger. There's so many different ways to lose. submission, knockouts by kicks and punches and all kinds of weird shit. You don't see anybody doing that. The thing with Jake Paul is that he can fight a little bit. And he'll be able to compete with Tank because he's bigger than him. Tank fans, how would y'all feel if he starts battering Tank all around the goddamn ring? Y'all want that? Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all gonna be talking about, oh, well, you know, the money, he's getting paid. And yeah, you celebrate. Come on, bro. Not one time do I celebrate. Listen to the statement. Not one time do I celebrate the pockets of a fighter that I supported. Not one time. Because I'm not on their goddamn payroll. I'm not. There's an element of danger here, y'all. There's an element of danger. Look at this faggot ass nigga. Jesus Christ. Now he's back as the Ghost. The Ghost. Holy shit. This is his other account. Okay. All right, the Ghost. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up your share screen. Look at this nigga's picture, y'all. You going to tell me that's a straight man? 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 Oh my God. Now you see? You see? You see what I'm talking about? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Wait a goddamn minute. These niggas do it to themselves all the time. Hold on. I got y'all right now. Now, I just told you. I'm doing a show. Arquine's black. He says he looks straight to me. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Is this what happens when you go on late? All the trolls come out? This what happens? The weirdos come out? This dude looks straight? Lord have mercy. This nigga looks straight to you? He looks straight to you? He looks straight to you? And check the shit out. Check the shit out. This nigga is blowing me kisses. Look. Look, he's blowing me kisses. What does he say? I think you was bullied growing up. That's why you hate your community. Kevin Samuels didn't drive buses. Dude, I made $105,000 last year. What you mean? If you look at MTA patches in the mirror, they say it's ATM because we rich. This nigga, he really took that picture. He really took that picture. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? He got bopped and then came back. And then came back and said what he said. Now who's this dude? Hey, bro, are Quants black? That dude look straight to you? All right, I'm on your channel. You got to check these channels to see if they're real. I don't even know what's going on with you, bro. I ain't even going to roast you, man. I don't know what's going on, but that guy looks straight to you, man. Whatever, man. Exactly, Stormy. The freaks come out at night, I guess. I'm talking boxing, and this dude is blowing kisses at me. No. I wasn't bullied as a kid. I beat bullies up. That I did do. I protected people from bullies. That's what I did do. Yeah, I did that. Look at this. Look, don't he sound like a girl? 100,000 a year is rich. I'm done. Who the fuck said that? Listen. Look. Read this and look at this picture. Read this and look at this picture. Didn't I tell you his neck is popping? And what the fuck's wrong with your hair, dude? What is that in your hair? Time out, bro. What is that in your hair?
Bukkake.
What is that in your hair?
Bukkake.
What is that in your hair?
Bukkake.
Oh. Good Lord. Freaks come out at night. Freaks come out at night. Freaks come out. Freaks come out. Freaks come out at night. Doom, 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 doom. Shout out to Ecstasy. Rest in power to that brother. Y'all know he was a twin? His brother was named Dynasty. That was his tag name. Freaks come out at night. What's that in your hair, bro? Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Freaks come out at night. Freaks come out at night. This is the gayest picture I've ever seen in my life, bro. Yo, bro, listen to me. Stop talking to me, dude. I'm on here talking about boxing. And, you know, this is what I'm saying. This is what Tank fans do. I'm talking boxing, and he don't like what I have to say because, I don't know. What the fuck? What is wrong with you, dude? You are scary. You play block games when beat. Speak to me head up like a man. Drop the link. Struggle red pillar. I'm talking about Tank Davis, and he's talking about a red pill. What the fuck? Let me do you a favor. Get the fuck out of here. I'm talking boxing, dude. This picture's immortalized, though. Again, y'all, I'm talking about Tank Davis and the danger that he's in. The danger that he's in. But didn't Tank Davis blame the black woman? Hey, Ghost. Did you know Tank Davis fans threatened the black sister that was from the Bronx that braided his hair when he ate those 2 jabs and took a knee? It said that, yo, I had grease because I got my hair done. I had grease and shit come down in my face. Come in his face, come in his face, come in his face, come in his face, come in his face.
Bukkake.
You know a lot about that, don't you? And they attacked that woman online. They threatened her in the DMs and everything. I had to DM her. And I asked her, sis, are you okay? And I defended her. She had to post the studio where she braided his hair at. She said there was no grease there. And then she posted the ingredient that she put in his hair. And it says no alcohol, no grease. So this dude was lying. Nothing got in his eye. Man, we've seen, I just mentioned Tommy Hearns. We've seen some of the greatest Jerry curls in boxing. If you had a Jerry curl in the 80s, you know that shit got in your hair. Got in your eyes in the summertime. Tommy Hearns had one of the greatest Jerry curls I've ever seen. Sugar Ray had a Jerry curl. Tony Tubbs, right? He had a Jerry curl. Not one time that these brothers complain. Mitch Green, that was an S curl with a ponytail. Not one time that these brothers ever say, I got some grease in my eye. So I protected that sister. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Look at this picture. Y'all screenshot this. This is the Tank fan in here. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. 11:19 at night with that hair. And obviously you got something going on with the red pill. Look, I know about that. I never claimed that. This is the LDBC over here. This is Lions Den's boxing community. Lions Den broadcast community. What y'all claim is red pill, I've been on that since the 80s. It's just common sense to me. And it's a 30-year-old boy looking like this with that shit in his hair.
Bukaki.
11:19 at night, Eastern Standard Time, looking to pick a fight with a guy that's 20 years his senior. When I'm talking about Tank Davis, and he's talking about drop a link. Why the fuck would I want to talk to this kid? Marcus Wall, salute. Black Martial Arts Society, salute. So in the words of my big brother Stormy, get to the back of the classroom, sit down, shut up, you're late, and focus. You took this picture in the car. There's a dude sitting behind you too. You like dudes behind you, don't you? Jesus Christ.
Bukaki.
What are you, a homo?
I think we know. So I'm gonna get back to my show. All right. I want y'all to understand. It went from I got a problem with Tank and dragging black men. Then I played him hugging up on Ryan Garcia. He never answered when I asked him about Ryan Garcia. Why is Tank cool with Ryan Garcia? He didn't answer. And I wasn't even talking about that tonight. Tank has a real problem. He represents the sport of boxing, right? Whether he likes it or not. So when I start asking about this relationship with Ryan Garcia, then he goes, so why do you hate black women? Looking like that with grease in his hair. Allegedly grease. Allegedly. Word, Shane Mosley had one of the illest S-curls back in the 90s. He ain't ever complained about nothing getting in his hair, man. What the hell? But I got some pillow biter from South Suicide, Queens. You know, don't want to answer the Ryan Garcia question. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to say I hate black women. Now you talking about the red pill. These are Tank fans, y'all. You see what I mean? These are Tank fans. These are the Tank fans. He can't talk about what I'm talking about, so he wants to take the conversation somewhere else. Go to a red pill channel and challenge those men. Go over there. This ain't no red pill over here. And I know you went into my catalog on Pep Talk, so go get my views up. Do that, man. Do that. It doesn't negate from the fact that a majority of our black women are overweight. Is that a lie? No. They don't take accountability for shit that they do. No. And I got more content on that coming. Kevin Samuels been in the grave for like 3 years now. Did the marriage rates go up? No. You know what happened last month? Did I read that 100,000 black women lost their jobs last month? Did I read that correctly? I don't know. I'll do the research. I just saw a family picture, a black woman with her kids, right? I got the picture. I had a lot of content I'm doing. I didn't put it up yet. I just saw it. And she's standing there. The kids are fully dressed, and she's standing on the right side of the picture with her BBL showing, big old butt, red bone. And she's not dressed accordingly. She's dressing like a leotard. I'm like, why is she standing there? So the profile, you can see her ass. Why is she doing that with the kids? And that's a family picture. Where the daddy at? But I hate black women when I say that's crazy. When you have other women like Messi Michonne, like Six the Goddess, like Pink Book Lessons, you gonna call them red pill too? When they point out the discrepancies in the black community, and they point out what the sisters are doing, like, yo, why y'all doing that? Did you get on the train because I know you don't drive? Did you get on the train and go to 42nd Street and ask why the fuck that fat black woman statue is in 42nd Street in Times Square for the world to look at? You proud of that? You don't qualify to talk to me, dude. I think you're gay, but if you got a girl, you let her play with your asshole, don't you? You look like the type. You totally look like the type. I'm not bullshitting you. Look. Look at that. Yeah. Stick to the topic. Can't even do that. Make another account, come back and say some more shit so I can block you again. This nigga girl said, if you love me, you let me play with it. You spread your legs and when you're laying on your back, you grab your ankles when she go to work on you. Stay the fuck off my channel, dude. Yo, drop a link. You drop that link, you turn the camera on, and you see all that hair with a non-lined up beard. And he want to talk crazy. And I'm trying to, you want to talk about black women. Once again, I'm talking about Tank, and he comes in here talking about black women. What the fuck? Bro. Godfather.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
This nigga hated Kevin Samuels because he told the truth. By the way, I'm looking at your face. You're overweight. See, now I'm going to roast you. "30 years old, you should be doing a mile run in at least 8 to 9. I'll give you an extra minute, 8 to 9 minutes. 8 to 9 minutes. Do you run? How many push-ups you can do? You think it's cool walking around unshaven like that and putting that picture up with that shit in your hair? Are your eyebrows tweezed? I can't tell. Look like it, because if you look at his eyebrows, underneath and on top, it's a different shade from the rest of his face. I think this dude gets his eyebrows done, man. And he won't come in here and talk about my disdain towards black women. I'm trying to talk about Tank Davis. You see what I mean? You think I'm making it up about these Tank fans? No, I'm not. Beard is fucked up. It's not fully grown in. He got the Joe Dirt beard line. Mustache is all fucked up. Man, you finished with puberty? The fuck? And you really took the selfie on some I'm sexy shit. This is worse than the one with the do-rag on. And you want to come on here and chop it up with me for what, dude? For what? I don't talk to dudes like you. I just talk and y'all listen. If y'all take it up as game, then it is what it is. There's nothing a 30-year-old kid looking like you can tell me about life. You've been there, I've done that. The thing is, that gay shit, I've never done because I made a choice. You see, that gay shit, that's what y'all do today. You greet your boys with a kiss on the cheek. That's what you do. And you're listening right now. You ain't turned me off because you turned on. You ain't turned me off because you turned on. 11:28 at night, Eastern Standard Time in Queens. Instead of being outside meeting queens and becoming the best version of yourself, you obviously don't take your health seriously. You probably smoke weed. You probably drink in abundance. You can't do a push-up to save your life. You can't run a city block without being out, feeling like you're gonna have a heart attack. You can't do 20 push-ups. You can't do 5 pull-ups. "30-year-old, right? That generation is the most easily offended. This is the generation that goes with the him, her. I'm not a him, her. Don't call me miss. Don't call me sir. Boss. Him, her. Don't call me miss. Don't call me sir. I'm from the Bronx. It's easy. I feel sick right now. I bet you I can still do more pull-ups than you. Right now. With a hurt arm. I don't see the kids in the basketball courts in abundance like I used to. Back in the day, you remember watching the NBA playoffs on Saturday, and then after the games, you go outside and play ball? I don't see that no more. These niggas painting their fingernails. Don't Tank paint his fingernails? Real shit. Don't he paint his fingernails? Okay. But he talking about drop a link. For what? What is your problem with black women? Talking about Tank. Why are you talking about black women? I'm saying because in one of your videos you said. So I said it and I stand on it. I'm talking about Tank. What is your problem with, why are you talking about what I said about a black woman like last year? I'm talking about Tank. Can you talk about Tank? Why y'all hating on Tank? Ridiculous. These are Tank fans, y'all. Dig it? Anyway, we'll get back to the show. Fucking creep. What if Tank loses? What does it mean? Well, I'm gonna tell you, if Lamont Roach beats Tank, that's just boxing. And I ain't got a clown. I'm just gonna Stephen X salute. I ain't got a clown. I'm just gonna say what happened. Like I said, it's boxing. Tank could go in there and in 2 rounds beat Lamont ass. Should have did it in the first place, like we all thought he was gonna do. But that's boxing. But if you go in there and Lamont Roach start whooping on him, then what? What does that do for boxing? I think it's great. We need something to shake it up. That simply means Tank ran into his kryptonite in the least expected place. It happens, man. It happens. I mean, for all we know, this could be Brothers UK, salute, brother. This could be, I don't know, dare I say, Evander Holyfield, Michael Moore. Y'all remember the first fight? I ain't see that shit come in and say, oh, okay, all right. But in that rematch, though, Evander fucked him up bad. You know why I remember that rematch? Guess where I was, Ghost, when I watched the rematch? I was at the strip club. I was at the strip club. I was at the Golden Lady at Hunts Point. It's not there no more. They flipped the building. And I was at the bar watching it, getting a lap dance. Evander landed that right hand. I was like, oh! I threw Shorty off my lap. I was like, whoa. Michael Moore got knocked down like 50 times in that fight. He didn't quit until he got stopped. Bro, you cannot make this shit up. Don't you know this niglet came back? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? This is channel number 3. Now he got his mugshot on this one. And once again, let me show y'all something. Once again, this is how you know these dudes is homosexual. This is how you know these dudes is homosexual. What does he say here? And look at his name. You see what I mean? You see? Didn't I tell you this kid is homo? Didn't I tell you that? King Ghost, Papacito. Now he got the mugshot up here. Dude, I already done turned my camera on. Look at it. Dude, I'm just gonna roast you for like the rest of your life. Oh God, now I gotta block this one. Jesus Christ, how many channels you got? Good Lord. Get off my dick. It's reserved for my wife. The penis is reserved for women. The penis is reserved for women. The penis is reserved for women. I told you this kid's a homosexual. I told you. And look what he says. Drew, all the muscles mean nothing. You know that. Stop talking spicy. I don't talk spicy, dude. What the fuck? What? Jesus Christ. If you're referring to a man, you don't say that he's talking spicy. Look at this nigga. Look, I told you. I told you. I ain't making this shit up.
What are you, a homo?
I told you. Now again, who calls himself Papacito? What black man calls himself Papacito? And don't give me that, oh, I'm Panamanian or I'm Dominican. No, I don't believe none of that. You a black nigga from Queens with arched eyebrows. And you ugly as fuck, too. Jesus Christ. Again, I'm talking boxing. Exactly, Angel. He's a knuckle dragger. He called himself Papacito. That's an insult to all my Latin brothers, man. Shut up, dude. Ridiculous, man. Boxing fan times 4 in that super chat salute. He said Roach knew Tank wasn't what these liquors thought of him to be. They grew up together, and Roach grew up in a 2-parent home. There was no street dude. Exactly. All of that. He from the trenches. Wait, what am I doing? Give me a second, y'all. I'll be right back.
Yeah, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah,
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Yeah. So once again, I'm on here talking about Tank. And this dude is talking about my muscles. What did I say that these dudes always do? What did I say? Then he's talking about talking spicy. How many more accounts you have, dude? Get my views up. I demand you to do so. This is crazy. Yo, look. These are Tank fans, y'all. This is what I'm saying. What did Elijah Pierce call them? Tank Franks. They're on his dick so hard that he needs a saddle. And then he's commenting on my muscles. You know why I have muscles? Because I lift weights. I take my health seriously. You're short and fat with titties. You could be tall, but you're tall, fat with titties. How much do you bench press? How many sit-ups and push-ups can you do? How many pull-ups can you do? My physique is a direct reflection of me taking care of myself. Your physique, not so much. Your hair, bro, listen, bro. You get skeeted on. Look, what the fuck is this? You took that picture, man? Huh? The mugshot? But come on, bro. Please stop. Please stop. He got a problem with everything manly. You got a problem with everything manly. You got a problem with the red pill. Go talk to them. You got a problem with me holding Tank accountable, but didn't answer the question about Ryan Garcia.
I'm gay. Gay, like super gay. Like one down here, one here, one here, one here gay. I thought you knew that.
Can I get back to talking about Tank now? Thank you. Damn, these niggas really want my attention, don't they? Bet you won't drop the link, though. You right. The fuck I want to talk to you for? Talking boxing here. Now, back to what I was talking about. Also rudely interrupted by the pillow biter. A Tank loss actually is good for boxing. I'm thinking about boxing right here. A Tank loss. Could he win? Absolutely. And I hear people, oh, yo, man, Tank, man, he ain't talking no more. He's in the dungeon and he working. And look, man, after Roy Jones got the decision over Tarver the first time, if y'all remember, there was no social media back then, but Roy went radio silent. He wasn't doing any interviews. He probably did a couple here and there, but he was dead silent. I saw a picture of him. He grew his beard out before the beards were the thing. Because it's a thing now. But back then, he ain't had no haircut. His hair was nappy. He grew the beard out. And I'm like, oh, Antonio Tarver's in trouble now. Oh, yeah, I'm getting to that, Samuel. Because this Jake Paul thing is lingering. And the rumor is Tank is supposed to, Drummond for life, salute. He's supposed to fight Lamont in a rematch, but it hasn't been officially announced yet. I'm just going off of if he fights Lamont. Chilltown, what up? If he fights Lamont Roach, what does it mean? But, you know, it hasn't been announced, y'all. It hasn't been announced yet. And I'm holding on to faith that it will be announced. I'm talking it up. I'm talking it up. But Roy Jones went silent, grew his hair out. I saw a picture of him in a magazine. And Antonio wasn't impressed. He wasn't moved. Oh, yeah, Samuel. Yeah, salute to you, good brother. Much love. And, I was like, okay. He got a haircut, Night Train, salute. He got a haircut and fought Antonio Tarver and got knocked out in the second round. So all this talk about, Tank is in the dungeon and he ain't fucking around no more. He wasn't fucking around in the first place. He couldn't get off on Tank. Pause. Because I got these gag ball in the mouth ass niggas watching me tonight. Boxing fan times 4 back in that super chat. He says, Stalker remind me of Too Coon the Gag Star. Weird energy. I don't know who that is, but it sounds bad. That sounds bad, bro. Oh, man. That sounds awful. Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Adrian. Exactly. Got any excuses tonight, Tank? Yo, remember that? Antonio said, you got any excuses tonight, Roy? I was like, oh, this motherfucker. Ooh. And Roy won that first round so easy. I said, man, 12 rounds of this, it's over. In that second round, boy, bing! I was like, oh! And I told y'all about that night. Roy got knocked out. That was my boy's birthday, right? We had a fight party and everything. Roy got knocked out. We were in shock. He was like, yo, man, the Lakers and Spurs, they might be going into overtime. So we turned to the Lakers versus Spurs. With seconds left, they inbound to Derek Fisher. He just throws it up, all net, and he runs off the floor. And there ain't no Laker fans around my way. And we just sitting there. So my boy looks at my other boy. It was his birthday, right? He said, wait a minute. Roy got knocked out in the second round. And the Lakers just won? Nigga, you got a present?
Whoa! What the
Bro, niggas lost their appetite. Hen dog salute. That was bad, bro. That was bad. It was good for Antonio Tarver. It was good for the Lakers, I guess. Man, that's crazy. It's crazy. That was crazy, man. So, who knows? Tank could have a Holyfield night in the rematch versus Lamont Roach. Holyfield versus Michael Moore in the rematch. He could have that kind of night. Or he could be Roy Jones in this situation. What if Lamont said Tank was entirely too small for him? That's concerning because he was walking Tank down in spots. And I didn't see any adjustments from Tank. And the corner was in disarray. They hopping up on the apron. It was just bad business, man. Boxing fan times 4, salute. He says, I'm referring to Two-Tone Superstar. Wait, I know that name, brother. Okay. I think I know that name, brother. Yes, sir. It's just an exhibition. Drumming in life, yo, you stupid. It's just an exhibition. Oh, man. Yeah, my email's scrolling at the bottom, brother. 100slaps@gmail.com. That's my email. Hit me up there if you got a question, brother. Just hit my email if you got a question. Yeah, I mean, didn't Ghost came in here and say the face of boxing or something at the top of the show? Speaking of faces of boxing, I mean,
he take a knee. You need to lose like 10-8.
Oh wow.
He take a knee. You need to lose like 10-8.
I mean, what face are we talking about?
He take a knee. You need to lose like 10-8.
When we saw that, these were Tank fans.
Can I ask you what's going on? 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 Can I ask you what's going on?
Yo, those last two yelps. Woo! Oh my God. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Angel says, you heard Morrell is helping Canelo get ready for Crawford? Really? What? David Morrell is helping Canelo get ready for Crawford? I haven't heard that. I wonder if that's true. I don't know. On the Latin channel, they said that? Yeah, I heard it was Boots. If Canelo's bringing in Morrell and Boots to help him for Bud, he's concerned. He is concerned. He's bringing in David Morrell and Boots to help him get ready for Bud. That's a problem. That's a problem. My brother Eric Jordan in that Cash App, he says, shout out to the Ninja Sword. Thanks, Miguel, for the sellout.
Give power to my nigger sword!
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Oh, good Lord. That is hilarious. I'm concerned for boxing. I'm concerned for boxing. Oh, thank you, Angel. I like to see that. Thank you so much. I'm concerned for boxing because the thing is, y'all, ain't nobody talking about freezing out Jake Paul because he's not ranked nowhere. He don't have no goddamn belts. But when he fights, it's a spectacle. And I'm going to go ahead and say it, man. None of you brothers in the industry of boxing needs Jake Paul to make your bag. Or do you? Or do you? Have some integrity. It's scrolling at the bottom of the page. 1000slaps@gmail.com. It's scrolling at the bottom. Just look at the bottom. That's also my Zelle. But it's 1000slaps@gmail.com. Just send the email. I don't like the fact that these brothers consider Jake Paul when it comes to making their money. And you're not even considering your contemporaries, man. Boxing is supposed to be like a fraternity. It's supposed to be a fraternity. You're supposed to help your fellow fighter eat. But now, these kids get to where they're going, and they're making this bread. They talking about, I'm going to freeze out this guy, freeze out that guy. It's like, no, you're supposed to help this guy eat, especially if he's your contemporary. But if you don't like it, he's your contemporary, and you don't like him because he's your contemporary, even though he fought to be in the position that he's in, you're getting all the shine, and you still don't want to break bread with him? At least you don't want to break bread with him, at least? And why is that okay for y'all to say, hey, man, he broke bread with Lamont because that's his boy? Jake Paul's not your boy, but Devin Haney is your Muslim brother. There was never any beef between y'all. It was just competition, right? This little monkey took it there by violating and talking all this shit and high-fiving with Ryan Garcia. That wasn't only a spit in Devin Haney's face. That was a spit in the black community's face. You see, this is why I ain't let that little nigga on from Queens, the queen from Queens. This is why I ain't let him on. I promise you he don't want to have this conversation with me. I promise you. I promise you he don't. And that was my problem with him. So when he fought Lamont Roach to a draw, I really thought Lamont won. When he fights him to a draw, I was like, well, damn. What does this mean? Now, the rematch hasn't been announced, and people saying, nah, he's training, man. He's training. And I heard it's supposed to be August 16th or whatever. Fine, man. My other question is, Tank fans, do y'all trust Tank to get in here and get it done? Do y'all trust him? But what if Tank loses? What does that mean? Is it really for the greater good? Does Lamont Rose say, hey, man, I want the Jake Paul fight now? Don't nobody want to see that? Jake Paul's going to be like, well, what? Jake Paul fuck around, still fight Tank. If Tank don't get knocked out, he'll still fight Tank because it's a name thing. Jake's not even padding his record. He's not a ranked boxer anywhere that I know of, unless something's changed. He's just doing this shit. It doesn't equate. Where does he fit in the sport that I like to watch? See, the sport that I love to watch, that I grew up watching, is not the sport that y'all watch. Y'all watch because this is a spectacle. Is Tank a decent fighter? Yes. But there's things that he should have done as a competitor at 135. That's all I said. And then y'all called me a hater. I said, wow, why am I hating? I want to see him fight Shakur. I want to see him fight Devin. I want to see him fight Teofimo. I never cared about Ryan Garcia because he never pursued any belts. He's a fucking glorified Instagram fan, and then we find out he's a racist cheater. So I really don't care about him. His fame came from cheating Devin. And when he's off the pads, he can't outbox fucking Rolly Romero. I want to see Tank fight George Kambosos. I want to see him fight Vasily Lomachenko 5 years ago. He didn't do any of that. And when I say, hey man, can he do that? Can he please do something? Oh, you a hater. All right, fine. Keep calling me a hater. I'm gonna show you hate. But here's the thing. I ain't gotta lie on him. Name one time I came in here and lied on this kid. I don't have to. I'm just saying, look at this. You see this picture? He punched this kid in the face. Tank was in shape. Y'all remember leading up to the fight? Oh, Tank is ready. All those still shots with the filter. You can see his whole body. Y'all know y'all like to see his whole body, right? With the tattoos and his whole body. Y'all can tell me everything that all the monkeys. He got monkeys tattooed on his chest because he's the great ape, right? That's a gang of some shit in Baltimore. I don't know nothing about gang culture. Right? Monster Musa, what up? Got in here and fucked around and fought to a draw, and I thought he lost. And I'm like, I was watching like, what the fuck's going on? Niggas sending me clips of ego. Yo, man, what's happening? The Tank's getting fucked up. Nobody saw this coming. A handful of people say they did. Whatever. I scored it 9-3. Some people scored it 7-5. Some people scored it for Tank. I didn't see that. I didn't see it. But ask those people, how do you score a fight? Ring generalship. I saw Tank getting walked down. Then he took the damn knee. That was it for me. I said, oh man, this guy has his number. There was no change of plans or nothing. He couldn't think like a Marine, thinking outside the box to my military people. There was nothing. It really looked like, and I'm not saying this with no shade or malice or whatever, it looked like Tank met his match. Because that was Tank in there. That was Tank. But everything he did didn't work. And then I read all the excuses. Oh, that's really his friend, so he couldn't really go all out against him. Bullshit, man. Bullshit. Tank was in there trying. You heard it in the corner. No, Cal, you gotta listen to me. You heard it. I was like, what's going on with this dude? This is what happens when he's confused. He's screaming at his corner. Then he don't want to talk to Cal at the end of the fight. In the beginning of the fight, they were just looking past Roach. They was like, what do you want to see Tank do next? And his corner says, and I have the video, I want to see him fight the Japanese kid, Inui. I'm like, here, you see? And then here go ESPN in Inui's last fight. Look, man, get the Tank talk out of your mouths. Just get it out your head. It's not happening. So, wow, y'all can protect Tank and y'all can protect the Nui. We don't want him in the ring with Tank. Y'all can say shit like that, but I've read multiple articles where these motherfuckers had Devin and Haney in the ring with niggas from 135 all the way up to like 175. David Benavidez. Y'all wanted to run it back with Loma because you thought Loma got robbed, and then you want him to fight David Benavidez. Before he officially went welterweight, y'all had him in there with Boots. You see what I'm saying? With a Nui, they were like, no. You guys are walking, breathing, living contradictions. And this is my problem with this Tank era. This era is an error. That's a shirt. It's already copywritten. Then they're being worked on. So that's why I asked you, what if this kid loses in his rematch? What if this kid loses? What does that mean? I'm not firing shots at him. What does this mean? If he fights Lamont Roach, because it hasn't been announced yet, and he loses, if they say, all right, nah, it looks too close like the first one, Lamont's getting the nod. You know what's going to happen? There's going to be a trilogy. Because the first one was a draw. Lamont wins the second one if he wins. There has to be a rubber match because it's Tank. If Lamont loses, that's it for him. If Tank loses, it's going to be a rubber match. I don't give a fuck about the Jake Paul fight. I don't care about that. Salute, Prince Savage, man. You have a good tour. Salute to you, good brother. So I'm gonna pull up the rankings. I'm gonna see what this dude could do. Let me share the screen. Okay. If Tank loses, first of all, he's gonna lose his WBA strap. All right. Remember, Mortala is an interim because Vasily Lomachenko hasn't announced his retirement yet. If he loses to Lamont Roach, there's gonna be a rematch. Well, you know what? He does what he wants to do. He do what he wants to do, right? He might not run that back. For all we know. I'm Tank Davis. I'll do what I want to do. What does he do to get back? Because at this level, right, there's no lightweight. There's no light work in this at this level, right? Thank Father, salute. There's no light work. All right, Samuel. You know, he might win. I don't know. He might win. I don't know. But in the event that he loses and he wants some get back, how does he get back in good faith into the ring? There's no light work. Who does he fight? Floyd Schofield. That kid got some work coming up. We'll see how that turns out. Zapata got some work coming out with Shakur. Shakur, you know, he's going to move on. Thank God I ain't got to fight him. He's not fighting Keyshawn Davis. That's a dangerous fight for him. I see a name there. Y'all see Andy Cruz sitting there? Number 3 in the WBA? You think Tank takes that fight? Number 3 in the IBF? You think Tank skips the line and fights Raymond Matala for the IBF? Probably not. What does he do? Maxie Hughes, anyone? Rematch with Frank Martin? Abdullah Mason? Sam Noakes? Who knows, man? There's no light work at this level, y'all. So if he loses to Lamont Roach, and look, man, let me just go ahead and say this, man. I'm gonna be very clear. Be very, very clear. if Tank loses to Lamont Roach, in my opinion, phenomenal Mexican at 135, he's never been unified. He's never been unified. They gave him that WBA belt he has. They gave it to him. That was Devin's old belt. Never fought him for it. Devin vacated. And he told them, I don't want that shit. They said, hey, well, you're taking it. Vince, what up, Vince? And he took it. He's never been unified. That's what I'm saying. This kid he's really celebrated for no reason, bro. He's really celebrated for no reason. He hasn't done shit. Oh, Samuel, I'll talk about that when it gets a little closer. Exactly, Shawa. This dude is an email champion. What happened to that talk, by the way? What happened to the email champion conversation? Y'all remember that? It's an email champion. Email champions are when you get a belt via email. You know, I made that up for Devin. Y'all made that up for Devin. But y'all never factor in the person that sent the goddamn email, which was Vasily Lomachenko. Vasily sent the email because he didn't want to fight Devin. He dropped the real WBC belt. Him and Mauricio Silliman got together. They gave him the second franchise status, and there you have it. That was the end of that. And you monkeys let him get away with that. Crazy work, right? But nobody wants to talk about that. They want to talk about, hair and tattoos, and nothing makes sense. Have I lied on him yet? I don't need to. I'm just pointing out the discrepancies. I'm like, wow. Loma, they talking about the Devin's an email champion. That was Lomachenko's fault. Okay. All right. Devin on the way out of 135, he says, hey, man, Shakur. All right, me and you, and more on Shakur next week. More on Shakur next week. Touche. More on Shakur next week because his brother, Keyshawn, right. Remember how you treated Devin, bro? Yeah, now look what Keyshawn, and see the difference is with Keyshawn, he's always been on that type of time. Yeah, we cool, but we could fight about it. This two-faced motherfucker, Shakur, the snake, shitty cuz. He's sending bottle service on, talking about sign a contract. I'm calling Bill like, what contract? He was like, hey, that dude ain't send no fucking contract. Figured as much. But you know what? We could fight about it. And Devin was willing to drain himself again and say, you know what? Let me give you a shot at 4 belts in 1 fight. Gonna be your first time on pay-per-view. It's gonna be your highest payday. And I'm gonna be drained. All you gotta do is say, okay. What did Shakur do? Shitty cuz says, I know my worth. And all his fans says, yeah. They trying to lowball him. That's a price out. Lowball him? Let me get this straight. How much money has he made? Since y'all like what you saying? What you mean it didn't come through? 1,000 slaps at gmail.com, brother. Come on. Oh. My bad. Oh shit. I gotta send that back. My bad. I'm sorry. I just noticed something. I just checked my email. Okay. Wait a minute. Philip D, you in the chat? Philip D, you in the chat? gotta send this brother. Oh, my bad, y'all. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry, y'all. I just noticed something on my Cash App. My bad. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, sneezing. My bad, y'all. Thank you. Woo. Oh boy. It's always cool when the family can contact you directly. One of my brothers sent me a Cash App by accident. I know what that's like. So, I have to send that back to my brother. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I'm sorry. That cold had me knocked down, man. But I'm cool. Anyway, I think for the greater good, it's I think it's important that Tank loses to Roach. Because I don't want him dealing with this Jake Paul situation, man. Jake Paul has a position in boxing, and his position is the freak shows when he's in the ring, and doing right by female boxing. That's his position. And I respect it. But I don't want to see no pro fighters in the ring with him because I know what it's about. It's a money grab. I don't respect that. And Tank Davis is a real athlete. He's a real boxer. And another thing is, I don't like this kid, Mellow Yellow. I really don't, because I don't like how he's moving. But his ass get in the ring with Jake Paul, and Jake Paul pulls no punches with him. He don't respect Tank like how he respect Mike Tyson. Jake's gonna beat the shit out of him, man. Because listen, I don't care how nice you are at 12 years old, at 15 years old. You could be a talented savant in the ring. But if you're at 135, you're not beating me up in a professional boxing match. You're just not. You won't be strong enough. You have some talent, but I can fight. I'm not losing to a 135-pound guy. I'm not. I'm really not. And I'm not in fighting shape. I'm in shape, but I'm not in fighting shape. Jake Paul's in fighting shape. He's not losing to no damn Tank Davis, man. Get out of here with that. He's really not. You get past Lamont Roach, you get in there, fuck around and get beat in the face by Jake fucking Paul. They're gonna treat Jake Paul like he's the greatest thing in the world. And we, the real boxing supporters, are gonna be stuck saying, hey man, look, he outrated this kid by 100 pounds, man. That wasn't a good thing he did. Actually, that's a sucker move. And you know what Jake Paul's fans are gonna remind? All of a sudden, they're gonna get smart. They're gonna remind y'all of? hey, man, that was a money grab for him. He didn't want to fight Devin at 140. Wasn't he in there ducking? And then y'all gonna have to deal with the Jake Paul fans. Well, he was a money grab, and that's what he got. Why didn't he fight Devin Haney? Why didn't he fight anybody at 140, 135? That's what he get. And y'all gonna have to deal with that. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. So I'm gonna go on record by saying that Jake Paul, that fight shouldn't happen because y'all not gonna like the outcome. All right, Samuel. And Lamont Roach beating Tank in the rematch is for the greater good. Because he can have a rubber match with Jake. Oh, wait, with Jake. He can have a rubber match with Lamont. And if he loses that, what's he gonna do? Just go look at the rankings, man. But there's no light work at this level because he was held to a high regard. When he comes back, it has to be good work. No soft touches. No soft touches. But I've been on here for 2 hours and 15 minutes, man.
He take a knee. You need to lose like 10-8.
And that's why Lamont Roach won, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So I'm out of here, guys. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. You know what I'm saying? And salute to my stalkers, man.
Man crush.
I know, man. I know. But go somewhere and go build your channel. Go do something. And while you're at it, get healthy, eat healthy. Do some push-ups, some pull-ups, some sit-ups. Stop eating fast food. Cut that shit off your head. You're 30 years old, looking stupid. It's not even lined up properly. Ridiculous. Out here looking homeless. The Godfather's gone. He's left his legacy. And he's been right. Everyone is, even women are saying that, yo, man, that dude was right. And you on here beefing. You think you're beefing with a red pill situation. You're not. I've been red pill before it was called red pill. Fuck out of here, dude. It's called common sense. It's called life experience. Pinky in the butt ass niggas. Ridiculous, man. But salute to y'all. Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, Super Chat. You know, smash the like button, like and share the video. Turn on all notifications because I'll be popping up random. No live stream, 7 o'clock tomorrow. It's my older brother's birthday. So we're going to be out celebrating. You dig? And salute to y'all. And you already know what time it is, man. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
All my troubles come more nigga. Yeah, it makes me mad. Why you niggas are so against somebody for you?
How much longer do you think your mom
Makes me so mad. Long enough to beat your ass if you fuck up. That's right. You might not get out of the stadium tonight. You gotta be cool because you been watched.